Good morning, all of you. Myself, Cherian Thomas, Faculty, Department of Commerce, PG, Kurisu Jayanti College, Bangalore. In today's session, we'll be dealing with a review of audit notes and working papers. Now, after the audit assistants have prepared the audit notes and working papers, it needs to be reviewed by the auditor. And it is a sequential and hierarchical process. Why is it a sequential and hierarchical process? Because preparation of audit notes and working papers is based on the audit planning. Now, audit planning, audit notes, and working papers point to the mistakes, the errors that these audit assistants have noted down while embarking on the auditing mission. We also see that work papers uh, and the audit notes are submitted to experienced auditors who are basically going to review them, and this also helps them in preparation of audit report. Now, audit notes and working papers are also known to be quality control mechanism in which we can assess the quality of the transactions that were recorded. What are the flaws? What are the errors that were seen while undertaking this auditing mission? So this is all about a review of audit notes. To summarize, audit notes and working papers are prepared by the audit assistants. They are given to the experienced auditors in order to check what are the errors that were identified while embarking on an auditing mission. Now, if any errors were identified, what are the quality control mechanisms that were put in place? All these are discussed while reviewing the audit notes. The next topic deals with audit working papers. Now, they are a link, act as a link between the auditor's report and the client's record. Auditing Standard 1 and Auditing Standard 3 specifically mentions or makes it compulsory that as part of the documentation carried out, working papers are mandatory. Now, working papers are recorded by the auditing assistants, and it basically contains all the evidences that were collected, the means of controlling current audit work, the schedule of when all these audit work happened, and also what are the factors or criteria which were taken into account while doing the audit work. So all these factors are taken into consideration while reviewing the audit working papers. Now, what are the features of working papers? They will have a standard format, a proper layout, a space for margin, proper organization and arrangement. They'll have completeness, clarity and accuracy, and good quality papers. Now, please keep in mind that all these things are designed by the auditor, and all these things are designed by the auditor by keeping in mind what the regulatory framework demands from the auditor. So, these are the features of a working paper. Now, why do we need working papers? It provides guidance for the audit staff with regarding to what time, what materials must be audited. It helps the auditor to assign the responsibility to the audit assistants. It also acts as an evidence in the court of law, and it acts as a process of planning for the auditor so that every audit work can be completed on time. So to summarize, it basically helps the auditor to complete the auditing work on time, to fix the responsibility for the audit staff, to get a sense of clarity. It basically helps the audit staff to get a sense of clarity on what should be done and when it should be done. And it also acts as an evidence in the court of law. Next is factors determining the form and content of audit working papers. The form and content keeps changing in the working papers, and these are the reason why it keeps changing. The nature of the engagement. Now, if you're doing branch auditing for a bank, the nature of engagement is different. Whereas if you're doing uh, auditing for a subsidiary company of a holding company, then the nature of the engagement basically changes. So this is one part of that. Then the timing and the extent of auditing also changes, especially when auditing companies which are facing uh, you know some cases in the court, the extent or timing of the auditing procedures are prone to extend to a longer time or duration. Form of the auditor's report changes. The complexity of the client's business also matters a lot. The condition of the client's records, whatever financial statements that were you know uh, given to the auditor also matters a lot. Now, if there are insufficient evidences, there are chances that the auditing might take might take a longer time, and the auditor must go beyond the scope of auditing towards the third parties to make sure that whatever evidences were collected was true and fair. And also, uh, in particular circumstances, if there was any direction, any supervision given to the audit assistants, that also needs to be notified in the working papers. To summarize what we were talking about, we were seeing what are the factors that is affecting audit working papers, and we found out that the complexity of the business, the complexity of the engagement, the form in which the auditor's report needs to be prepared, the timing of the auditing, the client's records, the reliance on the internal controls, and the supervision and the direction which were carried out. All these things will affect the working papers. So we have come to the end of the slide. I hope this session was helpful. Thank you.